All right, so we're going to have a little transition set up as far as this assigned racking goes. Assigned racking is going to have your name and your number that matches your bib. You'll rack your bike in that spot. So a lot of people get kind of confused about how to do this. So here goes through the motion. So I'm coming in transition, I've checked in, and I'm gonna rack my bike. And since I'm number one, I'm gonna rack my bike right here. And as you notice, there's two stickers on this side. Buck is here. Beyonce, she's racing. And believe it or not, this guy's here too, all right? So you've got two people on this side, two people on the opposite side. This is on this side, that's on this side. Diego and Buck are racked over here, okay? So this is universal when there's assigned racking anywhere. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna rack my bike, okay? And so I'm setting it over there. It doesn't have to be directly on it. If you're on that end or whatever, you know, that's fine. All right, so there's my bike. My rack number is on this side. And so Buck is coming into the transition area here, and he's ready, and he's going to rack his bike. Okay, so he's on this same side as I am, and he comes up here and he kind of looks at my bike and, okay, all right, whatever. And so he's deciding that, well, he's going to rack on his handlebars. Maybe it's a real windy day and he's got a disc wheel. So Buck is racked where he should be. So the problem is this. Diego isn't racked right. Even though his bike, you know, he's on this side, he's not racked right. Buck is racked right. Why? There's a difference, right? You have to be visual. The side that your number and your name is on, whether you rack by your seat or your handlebars, your rear wheel or your front wheel has to be down on the same side. So that is why Buck is racked right. He's racking by his handlebars. His rear wheel is down on the side where his number is. Okay? So when Frank comes in and he wants to rack his bike, well, Diego's bike's sticking all over here in the way. Get it? So for Diego to be racked right, if he wants to rack by his seat, which is fine, and there's many people that do that, then he's going to rack that way. He racks on his seat. His front wheel is down on the side of his number. Does that look right? It is, because that's exactly right. And one thing about what I'm doing here is typically there's 6 bikes that go to a rack. Just because of the way the way it is, I'm just putting 4 bikes to a rack. So you've got all this space over here. All your space is here. Not here, but here. Bear with me. So if Frank comes in here and racks by his handlebars and his rear wheel is down on the side of his number, which is correct. If he wants to put his stuff on this side, down here by his crank, that's fine. He's got all this space. He doesn't extend over into this area. That's Diego's space. He can put his stuff over here on this side. Not over here on Buck's side. That's Buck's space on either side. Beyonce, if she wants, she could move her bike over this way more. She has about 18 inches. So she can rack her stuff and put her stuff on this side or on the opposite side. I don't have 4 bikes, I only have 2. That's all I need. So I hope that clarifies how this assigned racking works. No matter what side your number is on, if you rack by your handlebars, your rear wheel is down on that same side. If you rack by your seat, your front wheel is down on the same side as your number. So I hope that kind of clarifies that, so you don't have to move your stuff around multiple times, or somebody has to have you flip your bike around, which a volunteer can do without you even being there. The one thing that can't be done is an athlete cannot touch, move, alter another athlete's gear, even if it's in their way. Even if it's in their way, you cannot move that. That's an extreme violation. Even though they're in violation, you don't want to be too. So if that's the case, then you have to go and find somebody that's working transition and tell them somebody's got their bike in the way, or they've got their stuff spread out and you don't have enough space. But that shouldn't be the case, because 4 bikes to a rack, plenty of space. But just remember that when you get into a crowded bike area where you have 6 bikes to a rack, even if you don't have enough space to rack your bike, do not ever touch anybody's bike or their gear, ever. So much for that, and I hope it serves you well.